Hi, this is Dr. Palmer. What happens if your baby loses too much weight? So, we're talking about babies that are born at 38, 39, or 40 weeks gestation and weigh over 6 pounds and under 9 pounds at birth. So, if your baby is between 6 and 9 pounds at birth, your baby can lose up to 10% of his or her birth weight. This 10% is a reflection of dehydration. Now, we expect your baby to lose a little bit of weight. In fact, I'm usually surprised if a newborn has not lost a little bit of weight after birth. This is because your baby is busy urinating, also busy having some stools. And all of this is happening at the same time as your baby is trying to learn how to feed. And if you've decided that you're going to breastfeed, this is also a time where your body is trying to figure out how to breastfeed. But what happens is, as your baby urinates, has more bowel movements, tries to feed, but you don't really have any milk, your baby can slowly start to get dehydrated. Now, just like us, when babies get dehydrated, they get tired. And when babies get tired, their one job, which is to drink milk, gets harder and harder for them. And so we know that babies that are getting dehydrated may have a harder and harder time and may become more and more dehydrated. And this could really be a problem. So if your baby gets close to losing 10% of his or her birth weight, we pediatricians will usually strongly recommend that you consider giving extra milk. Now, some mothers have been able to collect colostrum during their pregnancy, and some may have an abundance of colostrum once the baby is born. This can be collected on a spoon and actually spoon-fed to the baby. If you don't have either, it's okay. Other options might include donor breast milk if it's available, and formula. And I would strongly recommend, even if you are planning on breastfeeding, that you would consider using formula if donor milk is not available to you. Because again, if your baby is at 10% weight loss and becomes more dehydrated, it may become harder and harder for him or her to feed. And that would make it very hard. This is actually one of the reasons why you have a follow-up appointment with your pediatrician after you leave the hospital. Our big job then is, one, to check in on you and the baby, and two is to make sure that your baby hasn't lost too much weight. Happy feeding.